right, we got the perfect lighting here. Here's how we're gonna start this video. So for everybody, I want to get everybody caught up to speed. So basically, I left my house the other day in Pennsylvania. I went and dropped off a $1,500 trailer, and then I went, actually I picked this one up first, okay? Then I dropped off the $1,500 trailer. Then when we got to this one, I went and met up with a subscriber, and then what ended up happening was we were trying to book this load. Well, the broker went MIA. We wanted to get something that day. That did not end up happening. So we ended up sitting overnight at a local TA. I believe it was a TA, right? Then the next day, we're sitting there, and I decided to go get fuel. We found the broker actually posted this again around noon for more money. It started at 14 and it was 15, now it's 1,600, right? So I'm like, all right. So I went to go look at it, went to go pick it up, and took us 4 hours. I was trying to figure out how to get it running and do a bunch of other things just to see if it would drive, not realizing that it was front wheel drive. I thought it was a rear wheel drive van. Turns out I was wrong. It is not. So 5 o'clock came around. I actually called a tow truck that was there at 4:45. Copart told me, hey, go get this, you know, use this guy. He got there, and then they told him he wasn't allowed to do it because it was too late. They didn't want to wait the extra 5 minutes. The guy was literally right there and empty, ready to get this thing, and he wouldn't let him do it. It was going to cost $300 to put it on the back of my trailer, okay? So had to wait overnight, went in there 8:30 in the morning, drove right through the gate, didn't even worry about paperwork or none of that. Nobody bothered me about it. And then I went and picked it up, right? So I took this off, unloaded, winched the crap out of it up, as you guys saw in yesterday's video. If you saw in yesterday's video, you'll see how we got this thing up here. But we basically turned a shitty week, shitty couple days into, this is $3,000, about $2,950 sitting on the back of the trailer, and then 2 days of driving. So picked it up yesterday, dropping it today. That is gonna be the end goal. So we're gonna drop at least the van today, and then we're headed up to Georgia. We got an Odyssey going to South Dakota, and then we also, hopefully if this guy calls us back, we got a plane. So we got $3,000 sitting here for 2.5 days worth of work. We got $4,000 coming for, it's like $3,900 coming to go up to Minnesota and South Dakota area, and then we're gonna try to find something over. So turning a shitty week into a blessing, and that's what we're doing. So keeping it positive around here. We're working, bills are paid. Let's get this money. All right, so I don't know if you guys remember yesterday, I said about EFS being a really shitty app because the cheapest place it showed me was $294 out of Love's. Well, as I'm driving down the road, I got on the EFS map and decided, hell, I wonder what it'll say when it's local. And sure as hell, because I'm in the area, it showed me a $276. So why couldn't it have shown me that last night? EFS really needs to get their shit together. So I guess we're gonna fill up for $276, whether I need it or not. I think the main tank's going empty, and I think I've used like 30 or 40 gallons out of the big tank. So not a bad time to top off for $276. Well, I'm sick of looking at it, but this is gonna get dropped off tomorrow, and then we're about 8 hours from dropping this guy off. So still hasn't moved. Doing pretty good on that. I don't know how much these things are actually doing. Probably nothing, but you know what? I don't care. To bother somebody, that makes it all worth it. So we're rolling out. I just got 66 gallons worth of fuel for $276, which is awesome. You guys see that embankment down there? There was a wreck semi down in that embankment. Alright, so being in a hurry gets you. I'm pretty sure it probably wasn't his fault. Probably somebody in a car. Y'all are probably gonna laugh, but this guy's got ravioli and spaghetti sauce on his trailer. Well, yesterday I didn't realize I bought cans of ravioli that don't have the can opener in them. So screwdriver, a hammer, and a pair of dikes. That's how we're gonna get this open. Turns out we didn't need the screwdriver. I went crazy on one of these yesterday and just started beating the shit out of it with a hammer. That was not the right way to do it. Pair of dikes, smack it down in, make a hole, and then cut it. By the way, remember I said I lost my remote? It was over in the other door. Go figure. Go get me some raviolis. I'm hungry, haven't eaten all day. DOT and cops are everywhere today. So if you was thinking about doing something illegal in Georgia, don't do it. Don't do it at all. You guys saw in the last video, 1900 plus 950, something like that. I don't know. Together, these two, okay, this is almost $3,000 sitting here, right? And this is only 2 days worth of driving. This could have easily been done. I could have got them both dropped off today. However, the hurricane yesterday and the shitty weather and the rain, I was driving in the rain with the snorkel for quite a few hours, actually. You guys can see that filter's seen better days. So when I get back, I want to make I probably can't make one right away, but I definitely want to make one eventually, a custom air box to sit in the engine bay, and then we'll run the snorkel out, so it'll actually, we'll still get the sound and the functionality of it, but with the reliability and the ease of having a factory air filter. So something to work on when I get bored and in my free time, because I don't see anybody else doing it, so why not? I want to make mention of something, right? All right, let's talk. Let's have a conversation, right? So you guys see, I went from power only, upgraded to getting a trailer, and started running. Never actually ran a commercial trailer before in my life. I've had employees do it. I've never quite done it, and I've never figured it out. You're probably thinking, gee, you know, I was consistently making $4,000, usually a minimum, well, $3,500 minimal each week, but in between like $4,000 and $5,500 a week is what I was averaging, and it was pretty comfortable. I had plenty of money to live off of. I was doing pretty good, but the problem was I wasn't home enough. I always found myself getting out west, and it was kind of hard. So you're thinking, you know what? Me getting a trailer is basically showing you guys how it's going to be in the start for most people. Nobody's going to get into this industry and be like, boom, we're making tons of money right away. It's not going to happen unless you know somebody, all right? And in my case, I know plenty of people, and I'm not doing it. So we turned a bad situation into a good situation this week, right? We turned what could have easily been, I don't know, $1,700 going down to Florida. Easily could have been, that's it, right? Turned it into a good thing, and now we make almost $3,000 going down to Florida. It's actually really good for only having 2 cars, okay? And then we already have $4,000 secured going up to Minnesota. And then we got to find something secured going over to PA. So in about a week and a half, I don't know, we might see a good $10,000 to $11,000 in a good week and a half. That's actually pretty damn decent. That's exactly what we needed to start going up. But don't look at this and be like, oh, he tried something and he failed and this and that. No, this is how you get to where you want to be, okay? My end goal is to run dedicated Pennsylvania, New Jersey to Florida, come back up, sit for a couple days, 3 days, do my restart, and back and forth, right? I know people who are home every day. I know people who are home every weekend. They still make plenty of money to live off of, all right? That's my end goal. So unless you try something, you're not going to get where you want to be unless you're willing to take the risk, okay? Don't think that you're going to get anywhere if you're not willing to take the risk. If you want to stick to a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, easy W-2 job, you don't got to worry about anything, home every day, home every weekend, or you work on weekends, who knows, that's all well and good. If you want to do something, you're going to get out there and risk it, okay? I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to, well, I shouldn't say no clue. You know, I'm not an expert with the trailer yet. I do definitely need to figure that out. But we're far from failing, I can tell you that, okay? There's still money in the account, the bills are still paid, and we're moving forward. And you know, there's a lot of guys out here who are doing YouTube, and they're showing you all of the positive things about this industry, and not so much the negative. Now, there are a bunch of them, you know, they do show their negatives, which is a good thing, but a lot of guys see this and they're like, oh, it's so easy, you can get into it, and that's why a lot of people fail. A lot of people get into this industry, and most fail. I can assure you that that's not gonna happen. We're gonna keep pushing through, and we're gonna keep getting better. And in a month or so, our new trailer should be here. I cannot wait. We should have a 45-foot trailer, and I should be able to take 3 cars down to Florida, 3 cars back up to Pennsylvania, and we should be able to run our dedicated route that I wanna run, okay? We'll have this legal stuff paid off. We're gonna have everything else paid off, and everything's gonna be all well and good. But that requires work. So if you're sitting out here and you want to say something negative or anything like that, notice the like to dislike ratio on these videos as well as the comments. If you have 500 people saying something good and you have one person saying something bad, that's the person that's jealous because they're not where you're at. So if you see those people, don't worry about what they're saying. Just look the other way. Just know that what they're saying doesn't mean anything. So this is basically it. This is what we got. I've showed you this thing a million times. Can't wait to drop this thing off. I cannot wait to show you guys how we get this thing off the trailer, because even I don't know how we're gonna get it off the trailer, but we're gonna get it off the trailer. So even if we gotta use our come-alongs, actually those, I am so glad that I went and got those, because those might actually be able to help me get this thing off the trailer. But if it does decide to be a pain, I'm telling you what, we're making that guy, he's gonna pay for a tow truck to get this off my trailer. So he's already well aware that he's getting charged $300 on top of the bill already. So we're making money this week, right? We're making money. Another quick thing to mention, that $2,000 challenge that I did, yes and no. It was the whole reason that I did that was to show people why you should not do this without a savings. Start from dead scratch. And even the experienced guys will tell you you don't want to do this without a savings. So basically, I started that challenge when I had a ton of expenses coming up. Got the account down to I think $90. Now the account's back up to $2,500, and we also have $3,000 coming in literally tomorrow. So it really wasn't bad. All the bills were paid out of that account as well. So don't look at it as a negative just because you're, look at it this way. Your bills are paid. That's a positive at the end of the day, okay? That's my job as a provider, is to pay all of the bills. And that's exactly what happens. So let's get the show on the road. We got about 3 hours until we're there. Listen to that quick start. Let's get this money. Well, so much for having a good day. Look at that. Not exactly sure how that happened. How the snapped it. All right, well, let's see. There we go. All right, this guy's gonna pull us into one of those parking spots over there. He just stopped, so about to go live. Hopefully it doesn't do any damage, but all right, so we just went through and did the live. Alan should be here any minute now. You guys can see what we did. So the goal here is hopefully we can weld this back together. We shall see. I want to get this as tight as possible, but we shall see. So that's going to be the goal, and then we'll grease the hell out of it. Well, I wish we could, I could say we had some good luck out of the live stream, which by the way, I appreciate you guys for, trying to help out. We had 2 people that were supposed to show up and never did, so, not a big deal. So this is probably the most half-assed thing I have ever done in my life, even though I've done quite a few things that have been jerry-rigged. But look at this, right? So remember that license plate that I had over there, right? Haha, yeah, yada yada, right? I took that and I stretched the ever-loving shit out of it. Look at that. We even got the bear. Look how tight that is. So got that all the way around. And that's where it's gonna sit. Oh, look at this guy. So that's where it's gonna sit. I'm gonna try to make this as strong as physically possible. But that's yeah, that's number one. So I want to make this so that it can't go anywhere. So like these self tappers, probably gonna have to get some Loctite for them, and just, yeah, I want to make sure this bitch ain't going anywhere. Well, I don't even care. This is what's it's gonna end up being. There's, I don't know, there's support the whole way around it. This isn't thin steel at all, and it's been supported the whole way around, and we'll give it a shot. I don't even care at this point. The people that said they were gonna come out didn't. So this is what we got. I got $3 grand on the trailer right here that I want dropped off tomorrow. And then we'll go from there. So we're making good money, and we're not gonna stop there. So, well, she's all back together, and you know what? You're not gonna know until the next video if it actually works. So that means you guys are gonna have to stick around, because I don't know, I'm kind of worried. Obviously, I'm gonna get this video up and then I'm gonna go take it around the block. But for what it is, this is the mess we made. I gotta clean all this up and get like all the screws and stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna leave screws on the ground. That would just be ridiculous. So we're gonna get this cleaned up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate your guys' help, seriously. Even if we didn't get anywhere, you know, still definitely appreciate the community. But take care, guys. Have a good one.